Let's go.
Like the sound of stuff. Yeah. That's right.
And we smoked it all again.
Okay, you are now listening to the voice of Taylor Berryman. Today's guest is...
Antoine Rucker.
And you...
Do music and some other things.
All kinds of things.
Yeah.
So before we fired it up today, we were kind of chatting a little bit about work struggles, job struggles,
Life struggles.
You played me some new tunes that you're working on now.
Oh, yeah.
You got something coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, projects on the way, working on projects, working on music, working on myself, working on life.
Mm-hmm. The real shit, the painful shit.
Hell yeah. Trying to make it all come full circle. Fight through it all, come out on the other end.
Yeah.
You know, still thriving.
Yeah, it's a journey. Well, we were kind of chatting about getting, real jobs and then being at the real jobs and wanting to, or thinking about music the whole time while you're there.
Yeah.
I know for me, anytime I've had real jobs, which has been pretty much this whole time since I've been 18.
Yeah.
While I've been working, I've been thinking, damn, I really like to be working on music right now. And I never feel like I can fully focus or concentrate or be good at anything because of that. It's like my mind is always...
Like, always on music while you're at work. And it's, like, because I started doing music seriously after I graduated, right before I graduated college.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, when I was in high school, I never worked really because I'm from a small city and, like, none of my friends ever worked. It was like a sports city, like, real, like, football. It's like, I played sports all year round, football, baseball, and track. Not so much basketball, a few times basketball, but, like, I don't know. We didn't work much growing up. Went to college, did some stuff here and there, but nothing serious. And then so when I graduated, I was doing music. I knew from when I started doing music, it wasn't like that good then, but like I heard the potential and I knew it was like if I get really good at music, like I could open up some doors, but it was like it never really occurred to me after like graduating, like to go to work. Like what I remember thinking when I graduated is like I don't want to work, I kind of just want to relax a little bit. So I wasn't working much, and so I got time to do music, but on the other end I didn't have much money, so it's like I took a big hit on it, like sacrificing music for money early on when I first started doing music. I work more now, and I've lost a lot of jobs because of music. Thinking about music and not really being on my job. I was just thinking in the car all the way over here, like I was at work doing orders, picking and receiving, but I had my phone on YouTube. I was starting to try getting into mixing, so I would listen to YouTube tutorials while I was at work, kind of have it up to my ear, and he thought I was on the phone and everything. Like, I eventually got fired from that job, not that day, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot of musical things that have led to my release of jobs or walking out,
Yep. What's the worst job you ever had?
Man, with Trojan, carrying long like boards of wood up a hotel staircase that could barely even fit the length of the wood, so we had to do it nudge it step by step and cross it over the stairs, like, and in the summer, like at least 6 flights of stairs.
Was this
on my first Trojan job?
Are you serious?
My first Trojan job, it was ridiculous.
Was the hotel built yet, or was it hot as fuck, open air, summertime, Nashville humidity?
It was built. They had stuff going on, but we was like on the side staircase.
Yeah.
Like, cause the stairs, like underneath them, you see them drop, and then like while you walking up, if you up top, you're moving it in between the ones that's down, and then if like the lower guys like picking them up all a number of flights of stairs, bro, like a number of times because it was too big to fit in the elevator. One of those jobs.
Damn, that took initiative. How long did it take to do that, and how many boards did you have to move?
I forgot, but it was an all day. It was probably like a 8 to like 3, like with a break. Man, we was We was tired, bro, and it was hot. Like the first set of stairs before you even got to the staircase was long. You get tired walking that one, then it was ridiculous, bro. That job was crazy. I'll never forget that job. Trojan to make a man out of you, bro. Working
Yeah,
this job.
for sure. Yeah.
Worked in the winter, like while the playoffs were going on, in a like condos they were building that didn't have windows yet. So like, and this the playoffs, like the Seahawks and like the Broncos when they went to the Super Bowl, like that year. So it's cold outside, it's snowing in Nashville, sweeping unfinished apartments like with windows open.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy jobs like that.
Yeah, just I think physical labor jobs in general.
Yeah, and then the redundant ones like the picking and receiving job where you just keep walking in circles, doing the same thing. That job drove me crazy too. Like, 'cause I get so bored, like my attention span it jumps. So like.
Oh yeah.
Jobs like
I've had a job like that too. When I was working the logistics team at Target, that was probably one of my worst jobs, dude.
Yeah.
They treat you like shit there. I mean, don't get me wrong, first world problem to be able to have that, but it was all the managers just hated their lives. Like you could really tell they were all not happy. They didn't want to be there. It was an early morning job. I had to be up every morning at 3 a.m. to get to work at 4.
Ugh.
And it was just horrible. Like just that kind of schedule because you have to go to bed kind of early and you get off work and you're just tired like you didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, you go to sleep, wake up, almost gotta be at work again.
Yeah, that's the way it always felt.
Yeah, jobs were like I was mad graduating and like realizing that I was just supposed to go out and like get a job. Like I could have went to film school, but even then I felt like it was still things I needed to handle on a personal level before I just went off to school, went off to film school. I just felt I wasn't ready and I was so into the music at that point. I just skipped on it, and then so it was like I had to work, but I would be at work going crazy, like I want to be at home doing music, like I'm getting 10 an hour here. It's like I'd rather be at home doing music, trying to make some big bucks. I just gotta, and then like I would quit jobs. I told jobs I would have full-time jobs. Told them I gotta go part-time because it's taking up too much time. Then I went part-time, still couldn't do it.
Oh
and then
man!
Just like quit 2 days after I told them I would go part-time. Yeah, jobs. A lot of people don't like their jobs, but like they kind of they'll put up with it, and then you'll just stay there. I realized like I seen that I had to do something. Like that's why I just do music so much, because if I don't do music, like I could stop. I think about stopping, just that thought always comes across to an artist's mind trying to. Yeah. So it was like, but even then I was like, I could stop, but it's like, what would I do if I stopped?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's like I might as well just keep going, because even if I did stop, the situation is not going to be any better than what it is now. It's just going to stay the same. So I might as well just keep going and try to work hard. Because one thing I do realize is people, they don't sacrifice as much as they should. Like someone to tell you they want to get somewhere, and then you see, like you don't see them or working or talking, doing the things that they say they want to do. And it's like, I mean, there's only one way to get out, like especially if you don't like working. There's only one way to get out of that, and that's kind of build something for yourself, or unless you just got a really cool job you like. Some people like working jobs. It's it just depends.
Yeah.
Who you are as a person, I suppose.
Yeah, for me, I've always looked at my jobs as I always want to take something away from life about them every single time, because I'm learning some kind of. I've never really stuck with any one kind of job. I mean, I worked for a period in retail, a bunch of different places, and then I worked a couple different office jobs, but they were always developing a different kind of skill, like different kind of sales skill. And I really got a lot about that because I learned a lot about people, especially when you have to work with a bunch of different kinds of people.
Yeah.
And like try to learn how to communicate with them. So for me, that's been the thing that I've always taken from those kinds of jobs, is like made me understand the way that kind of human beings work.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you meet a lot, especially with the Trojan jobs, because you're working different jobs with different people. Like on different days, you meet a lot of people, like. and like not as much as I hated working, as much as because I still work, as
Yeah.
much as I hate working, it's
Yeah.
like you kind of be grateful, have to be grateful for it. It really motivates me. Like I'm most motivated at work, you know, like.
Sure.
But even just having to go through that, like it puts a lot in you to, you know, meet a lot of people, a lot of experiences. The motivation of it is like it makes you grateful. I hate it, but it's just one of those things where it's like you kind of have to go through, you know. But once you come out on the other end, you're gonna appreciate it so much more because you think back of those times where you were in it, and like that's what I look forward to.
It's it's earning it, man.
Yeah.
And I just like the idea of always trying to be on a grind.
Yeah.
And just better myself
Yeah.
and try and better my life. I really don't have an attachment or a need. I feel like a deep personal connected need to money, but it's just gonna help me gain more resources to be able to do what I want to do.
And that's the thing.
So I that's when I kind of figured, well, I'm just gonna try and do everything, not everything by myself, but everything myself. Like you were saying earlier with starting your own thing. Because every job I have taken away something where I'm like, I don't agree with this. Like if I was in their position, I understand why they're making the decision they're making, but I don't agree with this. Why? Well, what can I do in my life? Like I can maybe do something like that in my life with my own stuff.
And you being able to make your own decisions, like play the situation how you would want to play it, you know. You feel that you may be able to do it better than them or not. Like one of my favorite Kanye lines is like, if you can do it better than me, then you do it, you know. And so it's like it says a lot about people just talking, and it's like if you like, I'm sure Kanye gets a lot of people like this and that, but it's like if you can do it better than me, then you do it. And I was like real, that was just like it was real talk. You feel me? So like makes a lot of sense, but. Cause I be at the work thinking the same thing. Like I feel like y'all like this is ridiculous. I mean I don't have no say in it. Like I have a motto now. Like my job's like I don't think. I just do what they tell me to. Cause like what I think doesn't matter. Like it's how they want to run it. Like you know people be frustrated the way they'll set up events or like the schedules. But like and I'm thinking they own the place. Like it doesn't matter if we don't like it or not. They're paying us. So if I want to do things like the way I want to do it, I just have to build my own thing. So. That's all it is, you know.
That's a very stoic mentality to have for that situation. It's like accepting of it, but also embracing it.
Yeah. I mean, I realized like lately with life, it's just that it's always left and right, up and down. Like yin and yang is like the balance and the opposites, like good and bad. There is no just one. Like you're never just always happy, you know. Like you're gonna have sad moments. You're gonna have happy moments, you know. It's the not the way, but like you know, like slopes, highs and lows.
Yeah.
So, like I don't
know.
It's
the journey. The path of the journey is rocky.
Yeah, and so it's good and bad with everything. So I just try to accept it, you know, like as if that try to see things not just from my perspective, but like you know the other person's perspective as well. You know, So that's what that I guess stoic. I remember you said that last time. Like that's been in my head since the last time you said it.
What did I say?
Stoic. When you said the stoic last time we was hanging out. Like when you said that, like that word's been in my head ever since.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's embracing it, man. It's just accepting of the situation and realizing that somewhere else in the path you can perhaps alter it.
Yeah. That people. I feel like a lot of people feel like they don't really have control over their own lives. Like they let other things control their lives.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I still feel that way sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just thinking like, well, I realize what that really is just myself. Like that's just myself. It's like myself from a 30-foot view above.
Yeah.
Above, you know, where you're just like you move past it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it just depends, but like I don't know, man. Life can get crazy. People can be in all types of different situations where like maybe they're not in the most control, but we have decisions, you know. There's always gonna be a consequence to something, you know. But like life really comes down to about making decisions and what you're gonna do and like kind of living with it, you know.
Yeah. I think that's very poetic. I think there's something totally beautiful about that. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like in order to kind of make something, you know, real or something that's reflective, you have to really learn about what you want to discuss.
Yeah.
And like we're experiencing it firsthand. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does along the way, no matter what you do in life.
Yeah. Because even with the music now, it's like after the last project, like writing takes so much energy for me. Like I like writing, but it takes so much like out of me to write. Really, I can produce and make music all day and just it's nothing. But like writing takes a lot. So when I wrote the last project, I put a lot into that. And so with this one, like the writing has come so slow, and I'm still not in the true writing phase of the project, you know. But like I forgot what we was talking about. I forgot how I even got to that point. Oh, I lost it.
That's because we're high.
Yeah. I lost it. I'm going to catch it, though, probably. What was the last thing you was talking about?
Dude, I don't remember. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I forgot. We can move on now. I'll probably catch it.
We can move on. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
But what have you been listening to lately? Like whenever you're trying to write, do you listen to other music, or you just like I gotta focus on my own stuff and I just gotta listen to that a bunch while I'm like recording it?
It's like with writing, it has to come naturally. Some songs come on the spot. The music has to move me first and foremost. Like
For sure.
I have to feel a good flow on the beat, and I have to feel like I'm the subject matter is of something that I can like. It has to be true. Like there's a lot of ideas that I'll have. It's just like mess around. But some of like it. Like when I won't finish writing a song if I don't like the song. So I have a lot of scattered ideas, but every song that I have finished is a song that I'll probably put on a project. Like my last project had 12 songs, and I wrote 13, and it had 12. Like one I just didn't put on there because it didn't just really fit in with the flow of it. But I listen to a lot of other people's music because I approach music as a fan. I never imagined myself doing music, and so like me doing music is really from all the things that I've heard and liked, like put them in a pot, jumbling it up, adding my character and personality in my life, and just like it just comes out like how it comes out really. And I guess it puts my own style, but it comes from a lot of different influences. But like it's best if a song comes like I'll hear a beat and then his beats I've had for a year, and then I didn't start writing to it till a year after, but I wrote the song in 2 days. And some songs I'll make the beat in 10 minutes and then have the song written and record it for a rough in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Some songs I'll have the beat and be writing ideas and listening to it, trying different ideas on it for like months, and then maybe catch it at a certain moment where it flows out continuously, and then that's the moment you gotta stay in that moment to finish that song in. Because sometimes you'll try something, it's like that's all right, but my whole theory is like if I'm not in love with it, I won't write it. And if I have to question a line, just erase it.
Yeah. That's an interesting approach.
Yeah, that's how I like. Because if it was like, man, it's like you don't like it enough, like you gotta hear it and be like, this is.
It has to move you.
Yeah. So the writing process is interesting. Right now, I think we were talking about content of writing when I stopped. Yeah, like the content of what you're writing is because the first project, I finished it maybe when I was 22, 23. I kind of wrote about everything that I felt up to that point, like all 23 years, because I never really expressed myself in that way. I had to suppose that's why I did the project, because it was a personal thing. Like I heard the music and then I would write something. I wanted to write it for someone else, have another artist do it, but it was like the music is the writing and the content is so personal, I have to do it myself. And so with this project, like I had to refuel on content and kind of just like live more and give it more time to have more experiences and more ideas to kind of to go on for this next project. So like writing takes a lot of energy in that sense, and I think that's what I was talking about before.
So when you're in those processes, it sounds like it's something that you really delve into.
Yeah.
Do you do anything like meditation? Like what do you do? Do you work out during this process? Like what is your life like?
Man, my life is much more probably mental than it is what people see. Like I may be sitting somewhere or playing a game or looking at a TV, but the whole time, like, I'm just kind of thinking and plotting and planning, you know, like it's kind of, having to separate life and music, but still it goes into one, because overall I'm gonna use all of that for my album, so I'm working on music, making beats, trying to just get better as a producer and learn. And then on the other hand, it's like, life, studying philosophies, meditation, reading about anxiety. Reading about anxiety actually got me on like a journey to like being like control, and it's like mind, and like how powerful the mind is, and just how ideas and ways of thinking can like, just change how your physical realm is,
Yeah.
So it's so many things, and there's so many things you can do in this world. So like a lot of times I'm thinking about what I should do before I actually do something. So I spend a lot of time. I got to go to work some days, do things like that. So I'm thinking at work, while I'm doing that, because I really can't just get lost in my jobs. And a lot of it is physical, so I actually can, have time to like kind of plot and plan. But reading out, like I'm always Googling certain websites and social media outlets I check to see what's going on in the world. Just things I think of just to Google or look up. So I'm always trying to kind of learn and expand musical stuff. I was watching interviews with Swiss Beats and Ice Cube before I came here. So yeah, things like that. A lot of reading, Plato, just random stuff. Man.
Trying to absorb.
Yeah, trying to absorb, and then relationships with people, females. I got my dog. Just trying to balance. I try not to go too crazy in one, but overall, like kind of thinking about what I want to do with my life and kind of just continually moving forward towards that, while balancing everything else as best as I can.
One day it'll all work out.
Yeah, hopefully. It should be straight though. I'm pretty, like, also on like I guess it's more spiritual,
It's
realm.
it's very zen.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not too worried, because to say like I'm confident in my work ethic, and also like to say you trust in God or the higher powers, like I feel like it's like math, things add up, 1 + 1 = 2, like if you put a certain energy out, you would get a certain energy back type deal. So it's like I just try to, like, what I think about, like where I want to be and what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking like, be that person now. Like I heard a guy, he said like, the person you want to be, just be that person now. So I just try to think of like what I would want to be doing, like just wake up and do those things today type deal, and kind of be consistent every day, winning every day, every individual day, and those days adding up, So yeah, I like sports, so a lot of things goes into like competition and just like
You mentioned that you used to want to be in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
That was like your dream.
Yeah, that was the early dream. I never had dreams of music when I was younger. Like, cause I said earlier, like the place I grew up, it was a big football place. Like, everybody I really knew about that. I mean, there was a few people that were able to become like successful in the NFL. A lot of people went to college, played major Division I football. My brother went to the University of Pittsburgh, on a full ride scholarship. So like, he was 10 years older than me. So I'm 7 years old, watching him be a star player.
Oh, okay.
On the football field.
So you're close with your brother?
Yeah, we're a close family. I guess we may not like talk is so much, but like it's always like love. Like it's like we're close. We may not talk so much, but like we're definitely close. Like we never really fight or anything. Like we always kind of get along. My family's all kind of cool and laid back, do their own thing. So it's really kind of smooth. Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah. And they're all supportive and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My family's like that too. I know there's a lot of people out there whose families aren't really like that.
Yeah. I
feel like it's a good thing to have.
Yeah, like like, cause I could see how, like people let that affect them if someone. I mean, when you're young, it's like you don't know nothing, so you kind of pick up on your surroundings. So like in critical stages of life, if someone's telling you you can't do something or like you shouldn't do something, like you'll just grow up believing that. My parents never really told me, I guess either way, like they never told me it was, like do this or like, yeah, I mean you can't do that. Like they kind of just let me live my life. So, and I don't know, like I've never, like with me, like if I've had something made up, I kind of just do it regardless. I've never let it really stop me. So like I know maybe they weren't so much fans because I know my dad wanted me to go back to school. My mom would always ask me about jobs or trying to help me get jobs or this and that, asking me if I want to move to Atlanta and work, and it's like, no, like I'm good, it's like, I think at this point they just realize like I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I guess that's kind of how people know me, like I'm going to do what I want to do, you feel me? So it's like they kind of forced to accept it, but they still like accept it and support it, but yeah. So it's cool. It's cool. Like the first project, like because I never done music before and I was never the one that like growing up, like I was kind of the quiet one, so like my family never heard me really talk a lot. And so when I was making that first project, and also like I grew up in the church, like I never really heard my family cuss growing up. Like I've never heard my parents cuss in my
Really?
life. Yeah, like my grandparents, like
Nobody's ever slipped up?
like I've heard my uncle cuss, but that wasn't until I was like maybe 18 or older. And
Damn!
He said, like, on
they're
some,
like he's 18 now. It's okay.
Yeah, like on some stuff like that. Other than that, like I've never heard them cuss. So it was like, and I cuss a lot on my first album because it had to be real. So it was like and I knew they would hear it. And I was talking about personal things, but like I knew I couldn't not cuss on it because I cuss in real life.
Yes.
So it's like that's one thing that was like I was like, man, I wonder how they'll take this. And it's like,
what did they say anything?
no, like I guess no, not really. Like I was talking to my older brother about it when I was playing football, and he was saying like, I mean, when you think about it, like if someone in the family was to do something like this, like everybody would expect it to be you. So I don't think they'll be that surprised. And I was like, I guess that makes sense. Like so like my brother likes the way I guess I put together the project. He likes the project, so I guess
that's cool.
One of my cousins told me that he told my uncle, like at a block party, he's like, yeah, he say some stuff on there, but like I like the way he put it together, so that's cool, that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I think my aunt was saying, it's not like, I feel like the way that I use those words is not so much in a way to where it comes off is that, so it's like,
there's a sense of realness.
Yeah, and it's a sense of purpose for every
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's not just like I'm just on there going crazy. It's like every word that I use is intentional and used for something. So yeah,
that's what I kind of like about hip hop.
Yeah,
that I feel like sometimes like I can see that as an art form itself.
Yeah.
Just language in general.
And I think about like rap. You gotta give rap people their credit because I don't think there's another genre that they have to say that many words in a song. Like
absolutely.
Like they're putting a lot of words together within like 4 bars throughout a continuous song. Maybe not so much of the artists now, like I guess what they try to call a mumble rap. Where it's more spaced out, more of like a I don't know. But Kanye's kind of been doing stuff like that. Kanye's writing style on Graduation, it was like his rap style was kind of more like less words and more room to breathe, and easier to catch on to. So yeah, music just kind of changes over time, but rap and this is poetry really, you know what I'm saying? So I've always grown up like liking like lyricists, like Jay-Z was always my favorite growing up, and I loved how he painted pictures. And then Lupe, people in high school, it's people from high school that they'll see me and they're like, oh, I remember you used to love Lupe. So like lyrics have always been something. So I know if I like doing a project, like the lyrics have to really mean something, and they have to kind of connect, and I have to agree with them and be able to like.
So does each one of your projects, do they have this do they have like overarching themes? It kind of sounds like there is something that everything is kind of built upon every time you start something new.
Yeah, it's like cause I was gonna go to film school. Like it's interesting because approaching film and approaching music like are two completely different like mindsets and ideas. Like with film, I would do more stuff that's just like ideas and like fantasy, more so I like made up ideas in my head or situations that maybe never happened to me or something like this.
Yeah.
You know, or just creating other worlds. But with music, it's more so like I like it to be like real in my real life. So I like to base the projects off the themes of like just where I am at that point in my life, you know, just at that time. So when people look back and listen to the music, like they just see it's like just time markers. You know, I'm just really just kind of setting time markers, but even sonically, the ideas may be more creative. With the lyrics of it, I like it to be real, but still, because a lot of this next project is probably called Vivica. The last project was called Glances of Gold. So the idea was being able to get an opportunity to really like, everybody has dreams at some point or another. So it was like just really, just like let me get a little bit of it, you know, like at least a little. Let me get a touch of it. You know, I'm working so hard. Just
something.
Just something.
Throw me something.
Yeah. So that was the first project. A lot to do with that, and just like hope, like times, like dark times in one's life, where it's like certain things that give you hope, or like with me, music always gave me like hope and like something to like go to. You know, so like even times like that is like glances of gold, like the little things that keep it going, because everybody has hard times. So it's like those, like a glance of gold, a glance of happiness, or a glance of like an idea of a better future or something like that. And with this next project, Vivica, it comes from a longer term that I found studying like philosophy and some other stuff. But Vivica is short. It has Vivica in it. It's not spelled like the woman's name, but it means like the discernment between real and fake. So it's like the idea of truth. And then on this, like since my last project, it's just kind of been a real big search, you know, for like myself, or like I feel like the center, you know, like the center being at that piece where it's like so many different aspects or like ideas or thoughts, or like, you know, and once like the different stuff going on in your life, just kind of pull it in all together to where it's like, you know, finding that spot where you're really comfortable and just like you're enjoying, you know, what's going on.
Yeah.
And you're not kind of thrown off. So like, and so it's the next project's gonna be a lot about ideas, like my search, like, you know, what I want to do, my personal journey. I'm talking about things that have happened, like still places I want to go, things I want to do, like ideas that I have, like ways that I feel the world works, like situations with people. Yeah, so really just what's going on right now. But like even with my writing style, I don't like to be so straight out. I like the idea of kind of saying things in a way where it's not direct, but you feel it. And that's where something I got from like James Blake and Bon Iver. You may not understand what they're saying, but you kind of feel.
I've never really listened to either one of them. I know some of their music.
Yeah.
They both seem very, their projects are thought out.
Yeah.
Like in a very musical sense.
Yeah. Like, the projects are amazing. Like Bon Iver's, like, they're crazy. Like his albums are crazy. And like James Blake's first project, it was just so different, bro. It was so original and authentic. So like, I just love the way he approached that project, the way he wrote it. Like they was phrasing words and how he structured the music. Yeah, James Blake is sweet. James Blake and Bon Iver is sweet.
Yeah, I don't really know James Blake all that much. I mean, I know Bon Iver. I know like the song "Skinny Love," and I think I know a few other ones. I just don't know the names of them.
I'm gonna have to send you some stuff, bro. He got some stuff that's like nothing else sounds like it. I like music like that where just nothing else sounds like it. You can't find it anywhere else. And so I feel like that's something that's important.
Yeah. Do you like Arctic Monkeys at all?
I haven't. I've heard the name, but I've never really listened to their music before.
Oh, dude. I'm gonna have to show you some songs after this.
Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah. I think you're really gonna appreciate them.
Oh, you gotta check them out.
Yeah. There's this one, my favorite album of theirs It was called Humbug.
Mm-hmm.
It was their third album, and it really kind of split fans.
Yeah.
Because they went in this total weird stoner rock direction with it.
Well,
It was
what did they do before? What kind of stuff were they doing?
they were
before?
doing like this, like aggressive like this fast kind of punky English alternative like rock, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like you could sense that there was something about them. Like the first album, I'll go all the way back, and basically this is just what I believe and what I've taken away from their first album's called I can't remember what the exact title is. Whatever people say what I am, that's what I'm not, or something like that.
All right.
But they were very hyped in the UK before they even started, I think, releasing music.
Yeah.
But they were starting to get very, they were getting like huge before they even released anything. Eventually they released the album. I don't know, their reaction of just being like they were really overhyped band.
Yeah.
And really kind of self-aware too.
Yeah.
And their second album came out. During their second album, basically, I took it as they like went out and saw the world as young, successful men, and they experienced eyes through the world that not many people do.
Yeah.
And they wrote about it on that one. The third one, I think they took mushrooms in the desert. I think that's what that one is. But yeah, the third one, which is Humbug, that's one of my all-time favorite fucking albums.
Really?
There's so many songs on that album that I feel you could sample it for a hip hop song.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm about to check it out.
Yeah. There's one called "The Jeweler's Hands," and that's one of my all-time favorite fucking songs. It sounds like a hip hop bass line when they do it, and it's weird. But yeah, I'm gonna have to show you that. I think you would really dig it.
Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys are good. Franz Ferdinand, have you ever listened to them before?
I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with them either. Franz Ferdinand?
Yeah,
I
you
feel like I've heard
know a
that
couple of their radio hits.
Probably.
They were like kind of big on alternative radio.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna have to check them out then too.
yeah, but they're good. I think they have songs that could be kind of sampled too. There's things you can lift from. They're very like the riffs. I don't even know if this is a word or like angular. Like they're like jagged.
Yeah.
In a really cool way. Their shape.
What year did they come out? Are they out now?
Yeah, they still exist right now. They lost one of their members and they're down to a 3-piece right now.
Okay.
As far as I know. So I'm kind of curious to see what they do next because it was the four of them for so long. And their first album's pretty good. Their second album's my favorite one.
Really?
Though. I can't even remember what the fucking name is. It's the second Franz Ferdinand album.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's good when when artists can follow up with a better second album than they can their first album. That's what I feel like it's all about. Like I get upset and disappointed when people's albums get worse. Like in sports,
it hurts
worse.
you as a fan.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I don't know. I mean, because artists may have their personal things to how they want it to sound and what they want to do, but I feel like if it's not better than the last one, I mean, I guess it'd be different. But that's how you know when someone's really good, when they can keep making good albums. But I guess I feel
Quality.
like it's about growth and progression. So
Yeah. Have you listened to 9 Inch Nails at all?
Someone else was telling me about 9 Inch Nails, but what is it? Are those alternative rock?
Yeah, they're like a very dark, industrial alternative rock.
Yeah.
My favorite album of theirs is an album called With Teeth.
With Teeth.
Yeah, and it was released in 2005, I think. And at the time he was doing it, he was getting sober.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the whole album.
What was he on?
He was on. I think he was an alcoholic, and he was doing a lot of cocaine. So he was like living a very hard lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you can hear someone coming to terms with some shit that they've never addressed before in their life on this album. It's very fucking raw.
It's crazy.
I think it's the one. I always kind of like some of his music.
Yeah.
But that's the one that speaks to me because it's like truly tearing through yourself and becoming something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet. Like, and it takes a lot to put that into a project, you know, because like you feel it while you're making it, so it's like you're connected to it. So like that's a powerful feeling. But yeah, that's why I don't really rush music and I don't really force write songs. I feel it has to come natural because I want that aspect to be in it, you know. So it's like I don't know. like I can make music all day, but like as far as writing, it just has to come out naturally, and then like be about what you're going through in that moment. A lot of people, especially in hip hop, I mean the sales, but like they talk about a lot of things that they're not connected to, and that's why it washes away. Like the biggest musical question I've ever asked myself is like, why does gospel music never get old? You'll go to church for years and they'll be singing the same song in church for years, and nobody will ever ask them to just be like, hey, can we just slow down on playing that song? I mean, because it speaks about, you know, something real like hope and like people in times. You feel that album because people go through that, you know, a lot of people live in that, and so when they hear things that speak on like real things, like real emotions, you know what I'm saying, like they connect with that, and that's what I feel pushes people, especially pushes artists onto a certain platform, because especially like Bob Marley, I think Bob Marley had like the best music that was in that sense. It was feel good music, but he spoke about kind of real emotions and real feelings and, you know, real ideas, and I feel like that's why he connected. Like he's been dead for years. Like when I first learned about Bob Marley, he was long gone, but it was like I see him everywhere.
Yeah.
I see him everywhere, and I like read his book out because I was just like, who is this guy? Because I keep seeing him. I don't know who he is. Like I know he smoked and this and that. Like he always got pictures smoking weed, but because of how he approached the music, you know, people will rock with you, you know. Yeah.
I love Catch a Fire.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, mine too.
That's
of course. Yeah, I feel like we have very similar tests.
The way the
art taste.
the way the producer put it together and added like the rock feel to it is beautiful.
Yeah, because there's like a Jamaican version, and then there's the one from England.
Yeah, the one he did for that really.
Yeah, but they like brought. I like that they brought a reggae band to London to record that kind of album.
Yeah, man, that album is amazing, bro. It's so
Concrete
smooth.
Jungle.
Concrete Jungle.
Dude, I fucking love that song.
What's it? Slave Driver, like all of them. Baby, don't you
Yeah.
be late? Like,
Yeah.
all of those songs, man, it's just so smooth. But his live shows, me and my friend, he got his family from Jamaica. I've been on 3 Bob Marley stints in my life. Like one when I first was wondering who he was.
Yeah.
It might be my freshman year in college with my other friend. He was into Bob Marley, so I kind of got back into him then because I was playing guitar. I was a music major, and then like after I graduated with my other friend, like we would just smoke, and he would just put on Bob Marley shows, like his live concerts, and they were amazing. The band was amazing. The music sounded amazing. It was smooth. Like they're
so fucking smooth. That's exactly how I would describe it.
There were no gimmicks. Like there were no like graphics or like fireworks going off. They just played, and it was
people playing music,
and it was amazing. Like, and you could tell Bob felt the music by the way he moved, like on stage. Like you can tell it was running through him. Like just like gospel. Like you'll see people in church, you know, running.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Interesting. I've never thought about him that way, but that's very true.
His music is gospel music, bro.
Yeah, it is. Music. Oh my goodness, I never fucking realized that.
Real talk, bro. His music is gospel music with like but the way he wrote the music, it's easy to repeat, like it's easy to catch, like the poetry within it. He didn't put a lot of words in it. It was smooth, so like for like the audience to, you know, sing with him, like it was able, like it can be played on the radio anywhere. Like I don't know anyone else who like done gospel music in a sense to where it's like it's really not gospel music, but
he was like internationally.
Bro, it's crazy.
Internationally famous.
Yeah, bro, it's
in
crazy.
His time.
And he wasn't as big as he like is now, like when he died, but he was getting real big. But like just how it's spread out now, like that's how you can tell his music is real, because it's never died, and that's the same gospel music. Like it doesn't die because it connects to something that's real. That's what Vivica is. The things that connect, that stay eternal, versus the things that dissolve. You feel me? So like I try to focus and, you know, put priority on things that last, you know. Yeah. Vivica, it should be sweet. I'm excited about it.
So when are you gonna be releasing this?
Man, it probably honestly won't come out till like the top of next year. I'll probably work on it all this year, but I'm confident that it should be done probably before the end of this year. But I'll probably want to sit with it and go into next year. I'm releasing a song my birthday this year, and then probably the production tape maybe like May, and then I might just release the next album on my birthday next year. But like, I feel with this product, like with what I'll have, like I'll be able to really like move and advance with this. So like I just want to make sure it's right to really have like a product. I feel a solid product that I'm proud of and that I can push and put out there without any doubt in my mind. You know, so I want to see where that'll get me. So I'm trying to make sure I stick to that at this point.
So where can people find your music at?
SoundCloud. My SoundCloud, Antoine Swanson. That's a whole nother thing. NBA 2K character. I need a 2K character, so I'll make up Antoine Swanson and then just use it to separate my beats and like the songs I make in my iTunes. So the SoundCloud is Antoine Swanson, but I'm gonna have a website up, soon. When the next project is done, I'm gonna have a website and everything in one place. My stuff is scattered now because I'm kind of still working on it underground. Really not ready to be too out yet, but like still spreading and promoting, kind of low key. So, but once I really come out, I'm gonna have the website AntoineRucker.com. But right now, Twan Swanson on SoundCloud, Air_Swanson on Instagram, and like ARucker_OH on Twitter. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, go and check out his music.
Yeah.
This is
Glances of Gold is out, and then on my SoundCloud you'll see other songs that I produced and projects I worked on, like with Damo Dope, and I mixed the project with my friend Jordan Johnson. Done some music with his Crystal Nichols out in LA now, doing some big stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of check it out. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. On a closing note, I usually have people read a quote, and today I wrote two, and I'm going to have you pick one.
All right.
And that'll be the end of the podcast.
Sweet.
So,
I'm going to go this one right here.
Okay.
I'm nothing more, just a figment with a force. Intro by Flatbush Zombies. That's hard. Flatbush Zombies is hard.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Appreciate you having me.